Welcome back to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS. It's time for Owin's Field Report, sponsored by Les Schwab Tire Centers.
Now, this is going to be a quick report. I already kind of gave up what I was hearing yesterday before we get to Grant Howard from PNW Coast Fishing. We just checked in with them, so cross your fingers that technology stays with us because we got decent video and good audio. So let's cross our fingers. Fish count, so real quickly, we've dropped the Willamette for at least today, but going to Bonneville, you can see that the numbers, I mean, yeah, they gave us an opener for a few days for Chinook, all right? Come on now, you can't complain with 490 that went over yesterday. Steelhead at 1379, shad, not even a concern really, and sockeye also probably not much of a concern. But if you took the salmon, the Chinook, and the sockeye, and the steelhead, which are all available for retention right now throughout the entire river, you know, what do you got, $1,000, $2,000, you know, you got 2,500 fish-ish to work with, right? Opportunity. That's where I'm going to be tomorrow. I haven't had my boat out in a couple of weeks, and y'all know me. I want to be on the Columbia if I can. At least I'm going to go out and try and see what happens. But there you go. Not great numbers, but all of those, quite honestly, except sockeye, is very much normal for this time of year. Sockeye is not normal currently. River levels, not a lot of excitement going on. Obviously, everything is very, very low, especially on the bottom of the tide. When you're referring to the Columbia in particular, you know, you're really getting down into the low 1 foot range on the bottom of the tide. If you are going to be out there on the Columbia, anywhere that it's influenced by the tide, it's certainly something that you want to pay attention to fishing the outgoing tide. So just kind of plan ahead on that. Sorry about all that stuff. Oh, look at that. Never mind. Anyway, I guess that's a good tip-off, but we got to talk about Jason at Procure. If we forget about Jason at Procure.com, we'd be in trouble. Have a chance to win yourself a prize pack from Procure. The way to enter in each week is at Jason at Procure.com. Okay, Grant, I hope you can hear me. Pay attention because here we come. We're going to go to Grant Howard. He is the owner-operator of PNW Coast Fishing for the first time out of Depoe Bay. The whole plan was to get Grant out on the water while they're actually out targeting fish on a charter boat from a number of different species. But Grant, first things first, man, thanks for spending some time with us for the first time here on Outdoor GPS this morning. How are you?
Absolutely, my pleasure. Good morning from Depoe Bay. And you know what? You guys got to turn the thermostat down there in the valley. We cannot deal with this fog any longer. Other than that, things are good. How you guys doing?
We're doing great, man. It's too darn hot, and that seems to have an effect on the salt water. Is that what you're experiencing now down there in Depoe? Is that why you're not out on the water? It's a little bit lumpy, turned over?
You could say that. We did a buoy run. We call it a buoy run. We hopped on the tackle buster, 6 o'clock this morning, ran out, got to the channel, and it was just a wall of slapping wind. It was awful. JT, the skipper, said, we're not fishing this. We're not going to do that to our people here at Dockside Charters. So we came back in, and, hey, I got a day off for once. Imagine that. Not bad.
In July on a Saturday. It's not typical to get you on there. Well, all right.
No,
so
it's been a crazy season. Crazy season. The water's been real cold, 47 degrees. Not great for rockfish or salmon. You got to put your work in, but we're still fishing out here. Sorry, I interrupted.
No. My question was, how's it been this season up to this point? So it sounds like it's been a pretty decent season other than when you can't get out on the water.
Yeah, you know, if you're salty and you can handle a little bit of wake and some wind and you can put the work in, you're going to land rockfish. We've been going a little deeper because that water's cold. And normally the spots we hit are more inshore, and those fish are really acclimated to that warmer water. So when we get a cold snap, we got to fish deeper, torpedoes, 4 ounces, flies. And, you know, if you fish, you'll get your fish. Salmon, it was bizarre a couple days ago, it being 47 degrees. One of the boats in here caught 10 coho, and we're back by 10 o'clock. So it's hit and miss, but the fish are big. The coho are good size, good quality fish.
Now, I want you to elaborate on that if you can, Grant, because this time of year, you would expect silvers to be in that, you know, the 3 to 4 pound range. And we're getting that same report up out of Astoria and out of Garibaldi, that some of these fish are, you know, they haven't broken double digits yet, at least from what I've heard, but still in that 8, 9 pound range. That's a little bit different.
For July, yeah. I mean, I'm looking August, later in August, they're getting 10, 12, you know, Chinook are big and heavy. But this year, they're just super healthy. You know, they're just a super healthy fish. And I don't know, you know, what I run 16 rods on the boat. And I just want to kind of sidestep on this, 16 rods. And I just wanted to say thank you to VIP. We get a lot of our fish on VIP right there. And to your viewers, if you're not familiar with the ocean fishing, spoons. You want to do watermelon spoons. That's your inside tip for the day, okay? They're all out over in England. But watermelon spoons and, of course, your brads. Just had to throw it out there, man. Shameless plug.
No, I get it.
Question.
They are extremely effective. There's no doubt about it. But I got to ask, if you're running that spoon and you're running one of the cut plugs from Brad's or any of those stuffers that might be available to you, are you running that behind lead? You got flashers out there? How do you like to do that with all those people on the boat?
So I have to stagger the spoons with dipsy divers, and they allow me to go, starboard, a little bit in starboard. That makes sense to zigzag those spoons. And then back here, I'm running all my VIP gear, all my brads, especially in the prop wash with the brads, with the Delta. Up at the bow, lead lines too. Can't forget the lead lines, which I'll run that. Big old chunks of herring on it. I don't put herring on the spoons. All the time I get people on the boat going, why don't you put bait on my spoon? It messes with the action. Don't ask me that.
Exactly.
I know what I'm doing. I'll get your fish on the boat.
I got you. Now, we actually have a video that you sent over to my producer, Ryan, of a blue whale. Now, for those that aren't familiar, blue whales aren't known about being on the Oregon coast, are they?
You know what? It's fitting for this time of year, or for this season we're having. I mean, it's been weird weather, weird fishing, and now we got blue whales on the Oregon coast, which is incredible. We had 5 of them one day, 5 blue whales. And I heard an interesting fact: less than 1% of the world's population will see a blue whale in real life.
Wow.
They're gone now, but yeah, it was incredible. And before that, we had orcas out here. It's just been a wild ride out here this season.
Now, would that tell you, Grant, because this is obviously not your first year out on the saltwater off the coast of Oregon,
Nope.
Would that tell you that there's just a bunch of food that's closer to our shore, or maybe things are just looking up a little bit when you're talking about the health of the ocean, or what's your opinion on that?
It's every year's a little different. Past 3 years, there was a bunch of feed in the water, and the whales were up here earlier. I mean, real early springtime, they're out front. And in this season, we didn't start seeing whales until we started seeing a lot of bait in the water. Now we're seeing salmon. So this year, I think it's just running a little late, kind of weird, but not unnormal. I was talking to JT, skipper of the Tackle Busters, been doing this for 50 years, and he said, out of my 50 years, I've had 4 seasons like this. Do they happen? Yeah. A little uncommon, yeah. But, you still come out and fish.
What's the best way for folks to find you, Grant? What's the best source for them being able to hook up with you, maybe going out of Depoe for the first time?
Yeah, if you've never been fishing out of Depoe, it's incredible. Once we leave this harbor, throw our pots, we're fishing in 15, 20 minutes, unless we're running way north. That's a 30-minute drive. So it's completely unique. Smallest navigable harbor in the world, entering the world's largest ocean by a measure of 50 feet. Average depth in that channel, 7 feet. So it's incredible.
Yeah.
If you want to check it out, I'm with Dockside Charters. I'm on the Sunrise, the last boat on Dock 2. You can't miss me, and you can always get a hold of me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, on P&W Coast Fishing. I just started my subscription thing on Facebook, so I'm going to be giving insider knowledge and forecasts and reports and all that kind of stuff to help, our people from the valley come out here and enjoy this coast. It's all 364 miles of it, and I think a lot of Oregonians don't, they take it for granted. So come on out here, guys. It's the people's coast. So, yeah, if you're thinking about coming out, check out my little P&W thing, and I'll let you know if it's worth trailering your boat up or not.
Sounds good. I'll tell you right now, I have not been out of Depoe Bay personally. It's one of the most beautiful parts of the coast that I've ever seen,
Awesome.
and I've been told the same thing for the last 100 years. You need to come fishing down there. But hey, Grant, listen, this is always too fast. I'm hoping that we might be able to get a live report with you this upcoming weekend if the conditions work out.
Yeah, absolutely. Fingers crossed. Get a hold of me next weekend, and I'll see you, I don't know, Saturday, Sunday on the back of the Sunrise with big old salmon in somebody's hand. How about that?
Dude, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Grant, thank you for spending a few minutes with us. We appreciate it.
You bet. Take care, guys.
You bet, man. Take care. That's Grant Howard with P&W Coast Fishing. All right, we're going to be back in just a minute with Ken Vellante from Coldwater Strong. We're going to talk about our late opportunity for summer Chinook, and then, of course, what to expect and how you might want to go after fall Chinook that start up in just a couple of weeks. We'll be right back.
Outdoor GPS is brought to you by Hawken Fishing, Perfection in Fishing Gear, and by Haxton's Canvas and Upholstery, the trusted name of the Pacific Northwest.